Today I'm going to talk about the hottest card that just launched, and it is the Chocolate Visa Debit Card. Actually, this isn't a new card, but from 11 February 2025, it might as well be because it will give 2 max miles per dollar spent, or about 3.6% rebate, on almost any transaction, even AXS. So you definitely want to watch on to learn more about this card. If you're wondering, hey Seth, this is only 2 miles per dollar and so many other cards give 4 miles per dollar, I need to repeat again, this card works even on things like AXS. This means that things like your insurance, utilities, even income tax can be paid with this card to earn you miles or rebates. In this video, I'll go through what is this card, why it's so good, and what max miles are for, and some use cases this card will come in very useful for. Remember to subscribe to the Telegram if you want to earn more from your credit cards and savings accounts, and more than 25,000 people have already joined. Firstly, there are two things you need to know, and that is what are Chocolate Finance and HeyMax. For those who are unfamiliar to Chocolate Finance, it is an investment app that tries to function like a bank account that gives you stable returns. Note that this isn't a bank savings account at all, but the company is currently offering a flat 3.3% per annum returns on your first $20,000 of funds, regardless whether the investment performs better or worse than this rate of return. Recently, however, at 3.3% per annum, I think the rates are pretty weak. Nevertheless, it shouldn't affect the usefulness of the card because you can simply put a small amount of funds required for your spend instead of relying on this app to give you good returns and then use your card for your spending. You can sign up for Chocolate Finance with my link in the description box below and then use it to apply for the Chocolate Debit Card. The next thing you should know is HeyMax because Chocolate Finance is collaborating with HeyMax to offer 2 max miles per dollar with the Chocolate Card. The simplest way to describe HeyMax would be that it's a little bit like Shopback, but instead of cashback, you get miles instead. HeyMax started as a merchant category code lookup tool to let you know what's the best credit card to use for each purchase, but now you can also make online transactions through the HeyMax website or app to get bonus miles for your transactions. Now, even if you're not a miles person, there are very good reasons to pay attention to HeyMax as you can use the miles as rebates, and I'll elaborate more later in this video. I usually use HeyMax to start my Foodpanda app so I can get extra miles for my food deliveries, and yes, I still get my U points. I also use HeyMax for my Shopee purchases and other things that I can find on the HeyMax website to gain lots of miles. Sign up for a HeyMax account using my link to get bonus miles to start. Of late, they have also started to give rewards on offline transactions, like their recent promo giving extra 3 miles per dollar for public transportation rides. Now, with the Chocolate Card, you can earn 2 max miles per dollar practically anywhere, whether it is online or offline. From 11 February 2025, the Chocolate Debit Visa Card will offer 2 max miles per dollar spent on it, credited to your HeyMax account. This is capped at $1,000 of spend per month, after which transactions will earn only 0.4 max miles per dollar. The Chocolate Card also does not charge any forex fee, something which is increasingly common these days, though most cards that don't give any forex fee also don't give any rewards. This makes Chocolate Card a very good travel card, but more on this later. The Chocolate Card will give its 2 miles per dollar reward on nearly any transaction aside from just 9 excluded merchant category codes. These 9 MCCs aren't very common except for 6540, which basically covers things like topping up your Grab or Shopee wallet. Everything else works, and Chocolate Finance even seems quite proud, telling me explicitly that it will work on things like insurance, charity, and education MCCs, which are normally excluded by other cards. In fact, even AXS transactions work, which makes this card very, very good. This brings us to the use case of Chocolate Card, and the number one best case for this is to use it for commonly excluded transactions. Many things can't be paid for by credit cards, and even if they can, they don't generate rewards because they are excluded. UOB Absolute and Amex True Cashback cards are cards that try to specifically address this problem, giving their cashback on nearly anything. While these two have almost no exclusions, the problem is that they are American Express cards which can't be used at many merchants, and of course AXS does not accept it. Chocolate Card is a Visa card, which is possibly the first time we have seen a Visa card with so few exclusions and can be used to earn us rewards on AXS. Well, except maybe Frizz, which was super short-lived and nerfed 15 hours after I posted about it some time ago. Yeah, that's why you should subscribe to my Telegram to avoid missing out great deals like these. Anyway, this means that Chocolate Card can be used as a means to earn us as many as 2 miles per dollar on things like income tax, town council payments, insurance, etc. on AXS. Unlike services like CityPay or CardUp or iPayMy, there's also no service fee to be paid here, making this possibly the best way to pay for these transactions. When setting up your AXS bill and making payment, make sure to select credit cards, local, and then other banks. While Chocolate Finance is indeed a debit card that deducts money from your Chocolate account, it is recognized as a credit card by AXS. This means that unfortunately you cannot pay your credit card bill using Chocolate Card, but I feel like it shouldn't be too difficult for most working adults to max out the $1,000 cap per month on their various bills that can be paid via AXS. The second use case for this card would be using it as a travel card. Because it offers zero forex fees plus extra rewards, this can easily beat up other cards. I recently reviewed a bunch of travel cards and Trust Cashback Card came out on top because it doesn't charge forex fee and still gives additional 1% cashback. Now, Chocolate Card should handily beat other cards since 2 max miles per dollar can easily be at least 2 to 3.6% in rebates. I will do more testing to find out which is the best card to use while overseas, so stay subscribed for that. That said, even though Chocolate Card is likely going to be the best travel card, the most optimal way is still to use the card's $1,000 per month cap to pay all kinds of excluded bills and stuff through AXS and only use it for foreign currencies if you have really nothing else to put on the card. Remember, as one of the only few cards that can give you rewards on iffy transactions like income tax, you will want to conserve the spend capacity of the Chocolate Card for such transactions, unless, of course, you know a hack for such spending. Well, stay subscribed as I'm thinking of revealing such a hack because it's been circulating online anyway. One more thing we need to know about Chocolate Card will be the usefulness of Max Miles. If you have watched my previous video on maximizing miles, I've shown how miles are not the same, and that is certainly true of Max Miles. The number one thing to note about Max Miles is that you cannot currently transfer Max Miles into Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer miles. It can't also go to Eva Air, unfortunately, which has given me opportunities to book Singapore Airlines flights for cheaper, and I've outlined this in a guide at my Telegram. But Max Miles are good for a few things. And one of them is Air Canada's Aeroplan, which, like Eva Air, can help you get Singapore Airlines flights cheaply. For instance, you can get a one-way business class ticket to Europe for just 80,000 miles with Aeroplan compared to KrisFlyer's 103,500 miles. It's 87,500 miles for USA, 45,000 miles for Japan or Korea, and 45,000 miles for Australia, which are all cheaper than what Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer charges. Again, these are Singapore Airlines flights that you book through Air Canada Aeroplan. Another very good use for Max Miles is Amex own Fly Anywhere program. This is very good for economy flights, and even people who can't be bothered with the whole miles game should really take a good look at this. With Fly Anywhere, you can book any airline flight, then claim the cash amount from Amex by deducting your Max Miles. For instance, you might want to fly to Bangkok, and Singapore Airlines charges about $269 for this ticket. You can book the ticket, pay with your credit card to earn miles or cashback, then earn KrisFlyer miles for taking the flight. You can then upload that receipt to Amex, and Amex will deduct 14,944 Max Miles from your account and reimburse you $269. In comparison, Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer will charge you as many as 27,000 miles for this flight, and you still have to pay almost $100 of taxes. This also works for budget airlines. Scoot charges $180 for this flight to Bangkok, so you can use 10,000 Max Miles to get $180 reimbursed to you. Basically, you can book any flight from any airline, and Fly Anywhere will give you 1.8 cents per Max Mile you choose to redeem. Since each Max Mile is 1.8 cents and Chocolate Card gives 2 Max Miles per dollar, you can take Chocolate Card as a 3.6% rebates card. A 3.6% rebates card on almost anything you can think of is a very, very strong card indeed. Lastly, even though it's not the absolute best value one can get, you can also exchange Max Miles for gift cards. Generally, you can trade 1,000 Max Miles for $10, which makes Chocolate Card's 2 Max Miles per dollar rate roughly 2% in rebates. The choice of gift cards is relatively limited in my opinion, so it's certainly nowhere as good as 2% cashback. So I will stick to the previous two options I talked about just now for redeeming my Max Miles. Nonetheless, this is an option, and they sometimes also have sales so you can get more gift cards for your Max Miles. In all, this is a very exciting development for the game of credit cards. And if you want to earn more from your credit cards, savings accounts, etc., join my Telegram, and more than 25,000 people have already subscribed. If you want to see other cards that you can use for your daily spending, right, check out this video where I ranked different top cards, and I'll see you in that video.